Hey, Brian Miller here, author, speaker, magician, podcast host, and audio nerd, and welcome to Audio for Content Creators, where we help you sound better and level up. This is a really simple video. I want to test how much the audio recorder affects how a microphone sounds. So for this entire video, I'll be using the Movo VXR10. This is the most popular competitor to the Rode Video Micro. I've done a bajillion videos on this on my former channel, and I'll leave those links in the description of this video. In case you're not familiar with this microphone, the Movo VXR10 is a small, compact, on-camera shotgun microphone with a cardioid pickup pattern. And this is the first test. I have a long extension cord going all the way to the camera, which is the Canon M6, in case you're interested. This is what it sounds like when I'm using the camera's audio driver, the camera's preamps. Now, cameras have notoriously bad preamps. They really just don't sound good. By and large, they are noisy, they are hissy, but I have found that the Canon M series has pretty decent preamps, all things considered, and this is what the Movo sounds like when it's attached directly to the camera. And here we have the second test. I'm now using my smartphone, the Samsung Note 8, as an audio capture device, using the an adapter cable to go from the TRS to the TRRS of the smartphone. And this is how it sounds when I use the smartphone's audio driver, the smartphone's preamps. Now, smartphones have virtually non-existent preamps. They are typically not a good idea if you can avoid it. But all things considered, if you have to choose between using a smartphone to do your audio capture for external audio versus leaving the microphone all the way over there on the camera, you're definitely better off using a smartphone. I'm using the built-in voice recorder right now in the smartphone, so that this is a fair test of things that you wouldn't have to pay extra for. And yeah, this is what it sounds like. Okay, now I'm using the Tascam DR05 portable audio recorder. I recommend this thing all the time. I've also done a million videos on that. Those links will be in the description. This little Tascam for only $80 to $100 has really, really terrific sounding preamps for such a small, compact, and relatively inexpensive audio recorder. But this is a dedicated audio recorder. It's designed to capture audio, so the preamps are optimized for it, as opposed to the ones in the camera, which are pretty much an afterthought. The ones in a smartphone are virtually non-existent. So the preamp built into the Tascam DR05 is, all things considered, I think is a terrific sound, and I'm always blown away by how well the audio comes out sounding when I record with an external mic, like I am right now, directly into this. You do have to be aware when you're using an audio recorder like this and a microphone like this that you need to turn the plug-in power, the mic power, on in the audio recorder, in the portable recorder, because these microphones don't have battery, they don't have phantom power, so they actually draw power from the input device. So you do need to turn mic power on. And for a final point of comparison, I'm now using the Zoom H5 portable audio recorder. This is almost $300. It's got 2 XLR inputs. It comes with this XY capsule that also has a plug to put a 3.5 millimeter microphone plug directly into it, which is what I'm doing right now. Again, I had to go turn on the plug-in power for this. Now, again, this is a $300 portable audio recorder. It's a different brand. It's not a Tascam, it's a Zoom. In my experience, people like one over the other because that's the one they've used. I've used Tascams, I've used Zooms. They are both excellent. The one difference with a Zoom is these audio recorders, they feel a little bit more professional in your hand. They're just built with a higher quality to them than the kind of cheap feeling plastic of the Tascam, but we're going with sound quality here, and this is what the Movo sounds like when it's plugged directly into the Zoom H5 portable audio recorder. All right, and to cap things off, I am plugged back into the camera right now. Did you have a preference? Did it sound good enough plugged directly into the camera or going into the smartphone? Was the Tascam DR05 a significant jump up, and was there a big enough difference to warrant plugging it into a $300 like the Zoom H5 versus the $80 to $100 Tascam DR05? So many different ways to capture audio, but the question is, does the capture source actually affect the sound quality? Side note, the answer is yes. It's just a question of, can you hear it, and is there a big enough difference to warrant spending extra money, in some cases a lot of extra money, getting a better audio input device? That's really a question for you. Sound off in the comments with which one sounded best, which one sounded worst, and even if one of them didn't sound the best, like, is plugging directly into the camera worth doing, or is it really so much better going into a dedicated audio recorder? That's the test. My name's Brian Miller. Thanks so much for sticking with me, and if you're interested, definitely head into the description below for not only the links, the product links to the Movo VXR10, the Tascam DR05, the Zoom H5, but also my comprehensive beginner course on audio for content creators, which is called Audio 101 for content creators. It's a terrific course. We're still in beta, which means there's a huge discount if you use the code you'll find in the description below. All right, that's it for me. Have a great day.